Thangamatanga.
Thangamatanga. That's what we call it now. We don't call them videos. We call them thangamatangas. It's official. If you go look on Twitter, you won't see it. That's because it's hidden. It's in the hidden trends. But we talking about Aron Rex becoming the new first ever of TNA last night. Hello. Of TNA last night, we had the Bound for Glory pay-per-view show later on here in a little bit, but just wanted to kind of look at the title changes. I think it's kind of something we're going to do from now on. Talk about the big title changes that happen, or that happen on a given show. But Aaron Rex becomes the new grand champion. Um, I enjoyed the match for what it was. I thought it was, I didn't think they had to change too much to any certain style or anything. It felt like it was just a normal match. But I mean, I definitely like it. I want to see. I think it gives the title a little bit of prestige. They did a good job of building up this title as trying to mean something, even though it's just a new title, just a brand new title. They tried to make it mean something, which I kind of liked. I liked how Drew Galloway kind of mentioned that this title was gonna, this was the true main event. You don't really see that in wrestling anymore with a lot of titles anymore. So I definitely like that. But Aaron Rex winning the grand championship, I think it's definitely a good thing. I honestly probably would have went for Drew Galloway winning it over Aaron Rex just because I've heard a lot of people say this that Aaron Rex is over despite himself, whereas Drew Galloway he's over, but I think him winning the title, especially the way Aaron Rex won it last night via decision when we don't really know what the decision means, could have built up a lot of heel heat on him. But obviously with Drew Galloway being injured, there's nothing they can control about that. But a good thing. I want to see what he does with the title. It's cool to see him with a singles title. Um, uh, Again, I can't remember if he won a singles title in WWE or not. I know he won the Money in the Bank, but I can't remember off the top of my head if he won a singles title. But it's cool to see him with a singles title. Definitely, and chance with the title. But Casey, uh, just any thoughts on Aaron Rex becoming your new first grand champion?
Well, technically, he did win a championship. He had the Intercontinental champ. What the shit keeps popping up? Stop popping up.
That's those viruses you got on your computer. I'm telling you, shame.
I don't. I mean, at least my computer works and doesn't.
It's working. It's working right now. It's working right now at this particular moment.
Yeah, until it shuts
Kinda,
down like it always does.
kinda. It's kind of working.
But anyway, um, he did. He won the Intercontinental replica belt when he was Ms. Dow. Yeah, that
I
that's
forgot all about that. Honestly,
yeah. That's the singles title that you can buy on WWE Shop. Uh, but yeah, it's cool seeing him. I hear an echo. Stop the echo, DJ.
it's always your fault. I think it's. I think you use
Oh,
echo off yourself.
it's your fault because I hear it through yours. I hear it through you. I hear it through you. Anyway, it's cool seeing him actually win like a singles title himself. Not with the Miz or not as somebody's sidekick, and actually being taken seriously. Um, and actually showing what he can do, because like I said, and when we were talking about him coming to TNA, I said that it feels like probably a lot of the younger fans probably have never really even seen him actually wrestle. We didn't even really see him wrestle that much. I mean, when he first came to the WWE, when he was the intellectual savior of the masses, we did, but that feels like that lasted really short amount of time compared to the Ms. Dow, the what all the other stupid gimmicks they gave him. It feels like that was so much longer. But as for the Grand Championship, not a huge fan of the title. I like that they gave it to. I think either way, it would have been about the same if they gave it to Galloway or if they gave it to Aron Rex. They're both relatively new guys. even though Galloway has been there for a while, but he still feels like he's still a new guy. I mean, the Wolves still feel like new guys, and they're already like 5-time TNA not or tag team champions, which is hard to believe. But it's just going to be, it's how they book the title from now, I feel like. And that's with any new title. You have to, make it feel important, whether it's with whoever's holding it or how you book the matches, how you book storylines. The only thing I would change is, and we kind of touched on this a little bit last night when we did talk about the match, which we did for like 2 seconds, and then it was everything else. I would, at the very least, let us see more of these judges. Introduce us to these judges, since this is, I guess, how this title is going to be defended. So we know, like, okay, this is the judge. What makes him qualified to judge this match? Does he have professional wrestling, a history? Does he have MMA history? Why is it just this random guy that I don't know? And don't add the weird spotlight thing that we were all confused at. Like, bruh, what was that? What was that?
That was an electrical issue. Apparently, Universal Studios has had electrical issues throughout the week, and it just happened to happen during that time. That's what it was. Because I thought it was funny. I rewatched the match with sound, and they talked about it a little bit, and the fans were chanting "Pay the light bill," which was funny. And after that, when the lights came back on, the fans went. It was hilarious.
Yep, TNA is going out of business. They can't even pay the light bill. That's it. That's it. But yeah, I'm just excited to see how they book him with the title. Who his first kind of, I mean, if they're going to have feuds with this title, or like with it being defended in this unique style of match, it brings up more questions too. Like, are they going to have normal feuds for the title? Or is there going to be tournaments to be number one contender? Like, how does this work? Which is, I think is another thing that they need to kind of explain to us, because, they just kind of went, here's the grand championship, this is the match, and then we'll figure out the rest as we go. But that's what TNA does, and it works out.
All right. Yeah, I definitely agree. We need some explanation just on some things. But obviously, it's a new concept, so they're still probably still working out everything, it seems like. I agree with you. I would like to see the judges on or something mic'd up or something, just to kind of know, what what they're saying, what they're judging on. Because I mean, we know like the category, but what exactly are you seeing that you're like, yeah, he deserves it. But excited to see what Aron Rex does. Next video we have is gonna be Gail Kim becoming the Knockouts champion. So in the comments, be sure to leave us a little thoughts on Aron Rex becoming the Grand Championship, how it's been booked, and all of that. And we'll see you guys here in a second for another quick reaction video, I guess, or quick review thing, or I don't know what we're calling it. Okay, I'll figure it out. It's gonna be better than the Raw pay-per-view SmackDown. I bet you that. I'm just saying. But no, I actually kind of like that name. But anyway, by the way, be sure to check out the Raw pay-per-view SmackDown that we did. We talked about Clash of Champions versus.
It's Raw, and it's a pay-per-view SmackDown, but it's Raw and SmackDown, and it's about the pay-per-views. Yeah,
I get it. I don't know if they get it, but I get it. But we got.
I'll draw a diagram up, and it'll explain it.
Clash of Champions versus, what was the other pay-per-view? Backlash. There we go. So there you go. But anyway, we'll see you guys here in a little bit for another one of these. I think we got what, three more of these, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We'll figure it out. We'll tell you then, I think. Peace.
Yeah.